we are at like such a weird and awkward point in the weather recently, where it's like it got really cool out of nowhere and it was hitting in like the nice 60 degree. I was like, ooh, it's crisp in the air, it feels like fall. It's been like mid to high 70s, and then next week it's going to be in the 80s. It's also just so hard because I feel like some of the seasonal depression is already kicking in because we're losing an hour or two of sunlight like already from like where we had been previously, and unfortunately it is already affecting my mood and it's like already affecting my mental health. I'm just like locking in because I feel like this is about to be a really long winter for me, and I'm just not really looking forward to it. But I'm trying not to anticipate too heavily. Like, I have to remind myself to just like live a little bit more in the moment. But it is beautiful today, and I have some errands to run. I gotta get like a knife sharpened. I gotta grab some things. Like, I actually need to get like a bigger food processor. I need to do a couple of like little grocery items, and I also just kind of want to spend a little bit of time at a cafe today and just drink some coffee and just relax, maybe read a book or something. I'm just getting a little bit stir crazy in the house, especially with the weather going up and down and not being able to make its mind. My sister is getting ready to drop off my mom. I don't know, let's see, it's like 5:45 right now, and she's gonna be dropping my mom off probably in about a half hour to 45 minutes or so. I just spent the whole day like cleaning and getting some things ready, and then I just came out of a very nice hot shower. Felt very good. So now I'm just chilling and waiting until they get here. My sister is gonna be somewhat nearby, just doing like some work training things, and my mom just kind of didn't want to stay home alone like with my sister's dog. And we have been in this house for a couple of years, and we have really only had my mom here as a guest like one time, and that was during like the holidays. Like, we just haven't had her come up to visit just to visit. And of course that holiday was the holiday that caused our never-ending water troubles in our home. But my plan is to have her teach me how to make some sort of Cambodian dish. I'm thinking maybe something a little bit easier, maybe a stew, maybe a stir fry. I don't know how much I'll try and film like with my mom. I do want to respect like her privacy and things like that, but I think just for myself, I would love to actually be able to film some things. It's that way I can follow the recipe later, edit something so that I have something for myself, whatever it might be. had a really nice visit with my mom. She was out here literally until just last night. My sister finished up her training and came and picked her up. We had a really good week, just like hanging out, and took her out to like a couple stores, took her to some of like my local Asian markets, got to do like a bunch of like really great cooking things together, and it was really nice. I'm sure my mom really liked it too, because usually when she's like at home with my sister, she's like doing a bunch of like tasks or whatever, so this got to be like a real vacation for her, and I'm sure it felt really nice. I just finished stream. I have been playing through Hollow Knight right now, and I cannot believe how much I love that game. It is so fantastic. I'm just like kind of gearing up, getting ready to sit down and play some Silk Song at some point. Granted, I'm in no rush, but what a great game. Amazing sound design. Love the art. Love the music too. Just absolutely incredible. 10s all around. But I sort of took this week pretty easy, so I know this weekend and today I'm kind of like getting myself geared back up, like in the habit of doing some things again. I'm working on unraveling my Spectacle Strict sweater, the stripe overload cardi. It was going so well, and overall this project was really going really well. I will say that I think the pattern turned out to be a little bit longer, both in the sleeves and in the body, and then when I went to go block it, it stretched even more. And I mean, like, granted, like, I know that it stretches and I was already expecting that, but like the width of the sweater stretched exactly where I thought it was gonna be. But then like the length of the sweater, I think I mishandled it. I think I wasn't handling the sweater correctly, like while it was really heavy, while it was like really wet. So I'm currently unraveling that to where I want to get it, so that way I can re-knit a new hem, essentially. I'm gonna be having something wild, like 2 or 3 less buttons than the pattern like originally calls for. Anyway, this process has not been perfect, but I am learning so much from getting myself to do the sweater. I just finished the Lavender Haze Crochet Fest. It is so cute. Obviously I'm not wearing it with like a really good outfit like right now, and I still need to block it and also weave in all of the ends that I have still. But this was pretty cute. This was very fun. It also worked up very fast. I will say a bit expensive for a pattern design for something that was only one size. Not super impressed with that, I'm not gonna lie. I did buy the pattern back when maybe I didn't know like as much about crocheting or making patterns or having as many opinions on patterns. And as adorable and amazing as this has turned out, I really $13 for a one size pattern is just like, that's just not it, you know? I wish I could put it nicer, and I don't know, maybe that can only be like the nicest I can put it. Thankfully, it's gonna fit, you know, so it will still fit me, and it will fit even better like once I block it, because I still have to do that. But that is definitely something I'm going to be way more mindful of about when it comes to like buying patterns in the future, you know? While my mom was here, we started a checkered scarf together. I chose the colors that I did, and then she chose like a purple and light purple combo. My mom doesn't really speak a lot of English, and she doesn't really read a lot of English either. She knows just like some very basic things, but not enough to where she can like read patterns and things like that. So she usually finds herself to be pretty limited in the things that she can kind of like learn. She relies a lot on images. She relies a lot on charts as well too. And you know, that used to be something I feel like I had a little bit more of like a stronger opinion on when there was like too much information like in a pattern, like with images, extra explanations, things like that. But honestly, I think after seeing what it's like for my mom to like want to learn new things, but then it's like so many things are so inaccessible to her, I think charts are a great idea. I think charts are really smart. I think it's a great way to have someone be able to read your pattern even without you know, being able to like read English and things like that. But I taught her how to do a checkered pattern because of the hook case that I've been working on, which I still need to finish. I've been a little bit lazy about finishing that one just because it's like so simple. And I really need to just rip the band-aid off. But anyway, she liked the pattern and she wanted to know how to do a checkered design. So I took her to Michael's, we each picked out our yarn, and then I taught her how to do it. So then at some point, her and I are going to be having matching checkered scarves, and it's going to be really cute. It's getting to the end of the night. It's hitting about 10:30 right now. I just rented Marcel the Shell with shoes on, which I have been dying to watch for like ever now. It's not the kind of thing that I think my partner wanted to watch, so I felt like having on, I don't know, I feel like having something on that was a little bit more cute and lighthearted, a little more heartwarming while I sit down and I finish some projects. Well, sort of finish. It's so nice having my mom out, but damn, like I am in a weird, it puts me in a weird spot where I don't go grocery shopping on like a usual day that I do. So I'm having to do that today. And then while I'm out, I am going to preemptively buy some crafts at Michael's because I am getting in the mood for some fall crafting, like specifically things related to more like a fall kind of crafting vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like orange garlands and leaf garlands, you know, things like that. Plus, I just have a couple of errands to run while I'm out. So I'm gonna quickly, very quickly get ready and get some makeup on. This is the brow gel that I decided to restock up on instead of getting the e.l.f. one again when I ran out. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Freeze Gel. I got the mini just because I wanted to try it in case I hated it. I'm not gonna lie, I like this so much better. It's a little bit easier for me to control my eyebrow hairs so much, but for once I feel like I'm actually getting the shape that I want. And it's so funny for me to say this because I know that the e.l.f. brow gel was like one of my favorites in my 2024 favorites video, but you know, I don't know what it is. Maybe like my makeup needs kind of changed a little bit. Either way, I feel like I'm glad that I decided to try something new because I used that brow gel all last year and all of this year up until this point. So this is the lavender haze vest that I finished this weekend. It turned out really, really cute. It's still kind of like pulling up a little bit. To be honest, I have not blocked this yet, like in any way. So it is like kind of shrinking a little bit. I need to stretch it a little. To be fair, it is also acrylic. So I kind of acknowledge that it's gonna have some limits in how much it can stretch and be flexible and all of that anyway. It's like mid 70 degrees Fahrenheit right now. So it's still a little bit warm to kind of like be wearing some of my sweaters. And then I'm gonna wear my chunky Fila's. I don't care. I liked these shoes. I don't give a fuck. They look good with these jeans that I'm wearing and they're comfortable as shit.